Hello everyone, it's Natalie here. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Today I'm clearing out one of my raised beds. I'm going to clear out the mulch, pull the weeds, and then I will rework the soil and get it ready for the new growing season. In this raised bed, I was growing red kidney beans and Florida broadleaf mustards. But once that growing season was over and I was done with those plants, I uprooted them. And now I'm going to rework the soil and amend it and prepare it for the next round of crops, which will be Georgia collards. So I'm just scooping off that first layer of brown mulch. I use brown mulch to retain the moisture in the soil. There's several different types of mediums that you can use. You can use grass cuttings. You can use pine needles or pine straw, wheat straw, and this is brown mulch. And I actually prefer that over all the different mediums that you can use. I've been using it for a while now. And I actually found that the brown mulch is actually good for the soil. It actually adds nutrients to the soil. It's really good at retaining the moisture. And also, I think it acts as a protective barrier from soil erosion. Like when you're watering or when it's raining, that top layer of brown mulch will actually protect the soil from washing away. And this is good, rich soil. I grew red kidney beans and Florida broadleaf mustards, and they did very well. So the soil itself is good and rich. But since it is used, we're reusing the soil to grow the collards. It will have to be amended. And also because I grew the red beans in this raised bed, it's actually fixed, the soil is fixed with nitrogen. So I'm going to continue to clear everything out and get it ready for the next step. Okay, guys, look, I just wanted to show you the raised bed now. I'm going to actually put a picture, a before and after picture. Okay, so now it's ready for the soil to be reworked. I have removed as much as the mulch. Let's see if I can get in a better position because of where the sun is now. I removed that brown mulch and I kind of hand cultivated it a little bit. So I just kind of dug around in there with my hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fresh soil. What else? You know what? Just my garden mixture. And let's go over it again. What my garden mixture is. All right. What my garden mixture is. What's that behind? It's like a glow behind my head. Okay, that's all right. It's my halo. Okay, what my garden mixture or my container mix is basically regular potting soil. I always use what I call middle of the road. It's not going to be your fancy, expensive potting soil, and it's not going to be your dirt cheap, lots of little sticks and twigs potting soil. I use that, and then I'm going to add a good fertilizer, something like a plant tone, a garden tone, and then I will add composted cow manure. I will add perlite and vermiculite, and I will add, most importantly, I will add what's it called? I am drawing a blank right now. That is so strange. It's hard getting old, y'all. Give me a second. Pete Moss. It's Pete Moss, right? Yeah, Pete Moss. Oh my gosh, Pete Moss. So let's go over it again. Potting soil, a good potting soil. Doesn't have to be fancy, fancy, expensive because you're going to add a lot of good stuff to it. Peat moss. Okay, peat moss. A fertilizer, plant tone, garden tone. It doesn't have to be those because they're expensive. But a good fertilizer. Some people say a balanced fertilizer. What it means by balance is that the NPK, nitrogen, uh, phosphorus, and potassium. NPK is like it can be a 555 or a 554, something like that, but it's balanced. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Those are the elements that are needed in your soil for growing healthy fruits and vegetables. So, a good fertilizer. And like I said, there's a bird and he scared me. Oh gosh. All right. Potting soil, peat moss, fertilizer, vermiculite, and perlite. That's to make things light and airy, and it's for water. Perlite is for drainage, and vermiculite is also to make it light and airy, and also it is for moisture retention. Um, and then you're going to have your composted cow manure or just compost. I just use composted cow manure. Uh, and that's it. Vermiculite, perlite, composted cow manure, potting soil, and peat moss. And so that's what I'm going to go add a little bit of that to the topsoil. So I'm going to get some of that mixed, and then I'll show you me kind of just mixing it into the raised bed. Now that I've added everything that I needed to the raised bed, I have the new container mix and my fertilizer. I also used bone meal and blood meal. I have a bag of fertilizer that just had a little bit of fertilizer left in the bag, so I'm going to go ahead and use that also. It's by Pennington. It's rich with nutrients, so I'm going to use that too. And then I'm going to use this rake to just mix everything together. I want the new soil to be thoroughly mixed with the old soil. So I'm trying to dig down a little deep so I can stir up the old soil that's underneath there and also mix in the new soil and all the nutrients that I've added, that I've amended the soil. And I also want to get rid of any other roots that I left in there that I didn't pull out when I was cultivating with my hand. Any lumps. I want the soil light and airy. I want everything mixed in well. The peat moss, the perlite, the vermiculite, and all the other nutrients that I added. Like I said, I did use bone meal and blood meal and a slow release. I forgot to mention that. The fertilizer, I say I use a balanced fertilizer, but also you want a slow release fertilizer. So I'm mixing all of that in, and I'm also trying to spread it out evenly. And what I don't do with the rake, I'll do the rest with by hand. Now that I have the soil mixed, making sure everything is nice and even. And I always check the soil to make sure that it smells good. It shouldn't have a foul odor at all. And I'm trying to make sure that it's even because I did notice that one side of this bed seemed like it had less soil. And so I tried to make sure that I added enough and that I spread everything out evenly. So the next step is to go ahead and get the transplants and start planting. All right, got my glove on. Now, I have the holes. Well, I had them pre-dug, but you know what? I'm going to start over. Let's see here. Go. This one here in the corner. So that's 4 right there. Try to space them apart. Try not to bury them too deep or plant them too deep. Okay. Now, another thing I'm going to use is this biotone. Man, I haven't planted anything in so long. I'm serious. I haven't planted anything since late summer because everything you see here was my plan for my fall garden. So I start planting it then. So I haven't had to do this in a while. This is so I'm going to put a little of the biotone in each hole, and then I'm going to mix it around with my little fingers here. Okay, that's for to get the roots established. All right. Another thing I like to do, I'll be right back. One moment. I think I still have some. I may not. One thing I was doing was using fungicide. Nope, I have it. Cotton fungicide. to plant that first row or 4. Let's see. So, the copper fungicide. I don't even mean I need it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to sprinkle it around like this. And so when I'm planting and everything, it'll get mixed in. But just sprinkle a little copper fungicide. May not even be necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like I said, it may not be necessary, but this is what I do. So, get this bone meal open and ready, just in case I want to use some of that. Oh, that's granules. I can have it. I don't like the granules. I like the powdery form of it. It's okay. So Joshua, you good? You good? You good? Yes, Josh, I'm good. Well, Josh is home from school. He's inside. All right. Let's start. Some of the kids screaming in the distance. Good night. Yikes. Let's hope they're playing. That's the first one. See, as I'm mixing in, that copper fungicide is getting mixed into the soil. Okay. All right. Okay, last one. Just wanted to let you see me plant like a row of them. I'm not gonna make you watch all of it. Or ask you, how about that? I'm not gonna ask you to watch all of it. Okay, get that in there. And there we have it. There's that first row of 4. So, let's see what happens next. Everybody else who, see, I already did a round of mustards, cabbage, as you can see. I have full-grown cabbages and broccoli and all that, and celery and everything, because I started planting my fall garden really early. I started planting late summer in last week of August, first few weeks of September. That's when I started planting all this. So that's why I had an early harvest of cabbages, because I was trying to plan for the holidays. I wanted my cabbages for the holidays. I wanted my collards and my broccoli and all that stuff for my holiday cooking, and that's exactly what happened. So I did get an early start on certain things. So now this is my second round. Okay. I think they call it succession planting. So this is my second go around here with the collards. All right, you guys. So that's one thing done. I'm gonna finish it up off camera. Okay. All right. So after I'm finished with this, I'm going to give you a look at it from this angle. I'm also going to cut off some of these little ugly leaves because I brought them from the nursery and I had to pick through what they had left, right? So I had to go through it and pick what looked the best because I couldn't start from seed. I had to start from a transplant. I had to start from from this stage in order to, be able to play catch up. You can't start from seed, not now. Well, not, you know. So here we go. Just a little more. Cover that in right there, and then I'll go ahead and water, and I will show you what I use when I'm watering a new plant like this. And what I'm going to show you, the instructions say to use it for at least the first couple of waterings when the plant is new, and then once the plant is established, you can just use your regular water or fertilizer or whatever. But this is a starter solution that helps with so I can reach over here. I'll show you in a second. They're so floppy and limp right now. Okay, well this is good to start with. And if I need to come back later and add a little more mulch, I can do that. But just for time's sake, and also, I think it's actually pretty good. I covered it pretty good. All right, I have my watering can right here near me. But let me show you real quick. Let's see. All right, guys. Here it is. It's Pennington Plant Starter. It reduces transplant shock. There we go. This is what I use to water in my plants for the first time. And then, like I said, you use this for you use it for the first couple of waterings. So thoroughly water the plants with this mixture each week until they settle in and are well established. Okay? So I need more of that. But I have enough to go ahead and water these in. So I've already placed some of it in here. There we go. And then you water everything in. Yes, Joshua? There we go. See, that's why I put the mulch on. It's going to keep that soil in place. All right. And there we have it, you guys. And watch, within the next hour, these are going to be so perky. Look, I have 4 more. I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm going to start with these 8. I actually brought 12 plants. Each of these little containers had 4 transplants in it. The reason why I do it like this is because sometimes some of the... Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. The applause is for me. Yes. He loves his mom. Okay. So. I have some extras just in case one of the plants die out. I have a replacement plant. So that's why I didn't plant all of them. I was thinking maybe I could plant them like maybe somewhere else or in that old container over there. But then I thought about it. I was like, if one of these die out, then I'm good to go. All right, you guys. Yes, Joshua. Walk. I hate to show you the plants like this because they're very floppy right now. The water is going to have them nice and perky in just a little bit, about I'd say maybe another 45 minutes. They'll be nice and spry, and I will cut off those little yellow leaves, but I'm going to wait until they perk up because they were bone dry. I just took them out of my little greenhouse. Okay? Yeah. Josh. Okay, you guys. Me and Josh are going to sign off now. I just wanted to let you see me plant my collards. I'm starting a new round of collards. So, you okay? You good? Do you see why he always says, you okay? You okay? He's mimicking me. I'm always asking him. You alright? Yes, I'm alright. Yes, that's my boy. This is my youngest son. This is Joshua. He does have autism. This is the one I spoke of. I love my child. I love my family. But he is my blessing. And so, but he's out here in the garden with me, hanging with Mama. It's a little cold down here. I don't think I like you down here. You know? We may need to move over there. But I did put him somewhere where he can get some sun, and he likes to sit in the grass. He likes to pull the grass. I actually let it dry out, and then I put it in my mulch. And not my mulch, I'm sorry, my compost bin. So he did that all summer long. He helped me with my compost bin. He provided my grass clippings. Yes, thank you, Josh. Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for joining me on my garden journey. I planted those collards. This is my second round. So it's succession planting. So you basically, I have some growing, and then you plant some afterwards. So you'll be harvesting some, and then some will come right behind it. That's how it works, I think. So that's what I'm doing. I've already had a round of collards and mustards, cabbage, broccoli, and I'll plant more after that. And until spring rolls around, and then it's a whole different ball game. We'll be planting totally different things. So, you guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm gonna Joshie. Wait, look. Good job. Thank you for joining me. Say bye now. Bye.